Welcome to Eva Talks, a weekly podcast about the law of attraction and more. Enjoy today's episode.
Good morning, everybody. Here is Eva Speaks again. Does the narcissist always come back? Everything is determined by the victim. Before I will jump into this topic, please support and help this channel grow by clicking that like button below. Share also this video everyone who needs it, and consider subscribing to this channel if you are new here. My aim is to educate, inspire and help in the healing process of all those who take time to listen to my videos. Covert narcissist returns only when the victim offers him a glimmer of hope. Narcissist returns are distinguished by the need to receive further sustenance from the victim, or worse, to utilize it to triangulate with the next prey. Let's look in the reason for this and how to deal with them. Why does a covert narcissist always come back? When a covert narcissist returns, it's because he knows he still has influence over the victim, or he returns to find out. The reasons can be numerous, but they are never noble in nature. Here are several examples. Triangulate with another victim. When he cannot discover a new energy source to make the current victim envious, he returns to see if the prior preys are still eager to be courted by him. They usually don't make it plain straight away by revealing they already have another relationship and whether the victim is aware of it. They will say, "You see, I feel you are the only one that matters to me." Does this sound familiar to you if you are still in such a toxic relationship of been there, or anything along those lines? The goal is to persuade the individual to agree to be a part of this plan of action. The next example is that they feel alone. Life and karma do not always provide people with sustenance to make them feel full. The conditions may be diverse, such as a change of employment, transfer, or any other condition that prevents the narcissist from getting you fuel as soon as possible. So, what should I do? Returning to the old flames. They usually play on victimhood here, so they'll say they are abandoned, alone, don't know anyone, and are even terrified in some circumstances. This may make sense in the case of a sudden or severe lifestyle change, but the second purpose is to recruit victims. The next example can be understanding if they still have power. When relationships with narcissists end, it's easy to believe that they will never return. In fact, will almost certainly return. This is because he enjoys having all eyes on him, and the thought that someone somewhere in the world is thinking gives him a powerful sense of greatness. In terms of specifics, whenever he understands that the victim wants him, he will not be found. On the contrary, when this stops providing input, he will emerge to see whether he still has power. How many times does he come back? I can tell you, of course, it depends on the stage of the relationship, but the returns are several. There is no set amount of times. It might be 100, 10 or 1. In my case, there were 4 returns. Meanwhile, we make a clear distinction. There are narcissists who suffer from severe psychiatric issues and frequently resort to stalking. These individuals must be avoided, prevented, and, in the worst-case scenario, removed with the assistance of law authorities. As a result, regular narcissists are not harmful topics. We might claim that their returns are determined by the victim's regard for him. If they return for a bit and the partner in question accepts them, and then they disappear, the victims do not begin hunting for them rigorously. A second return is on the way. This pattern can be repeated indefinitely. On the contrary, the return of narcissist could occur just once. If the victim chooses to reject it, he will try to use a different approach to break her down. But if he finds that he has little room to maneuver, he will just let go and hunt for another prey. When the narcissist quits looking for you totally, it implies he has realized that there are no more barriers, and that is what we must pray for. In fact, this is the point at which you will be able to turn your life around once and for all. How to treat a returning narcissist? It would be preferable to avoid returning him into one's life. He should not see or hear any wrath or glee in the victim's eyes or comments. Despite the fact that they are emotionless and that they have no empathy, they have a high sensitivity to perceiving the feelings of others. So, if he returns and sees the victim pleased or angry, he knows that he still feels something, because happiness or rage, even if opposed, are strong feelings. As a result, he is aware that he still wields authority. If narcissist insists it's a good idea to start with an iron fist, blocking the phone number, changing if it's necessary, deleting him from social media, and taking away all of his power, it's very powerful, because they really don't care about you at all. They only need a fuel to their empty soul. So you may also need to alert mutual friends and make them aware of everything in order to avoid them from leaking information about you. He will be gone when he realizes he is running into a rubber wall. Thank you very much for listening today. Please give me suggestions as well on topic you would like to hear, on topics of self-love, the law of attraction, and of course relationships. Once more, thank you very much for listening, and I will speak to you next week. Bye bye.